All right, guys, today we're going to do a quick 20-minute workout. So this is obviously good for people who are short on time, but also for ladies who maybe you haven't really been doing any strength training or you've been having trouble being consistent. This is just going to build a little momentum to get you going. So here's how this is going to play out. I'm going to walk you through the 4 exercises that we are going to be doing. Know that you will only need 1 set of dumbbells. More is better, but if you don't and you only have 1 set, I'm going to show you how this is going to work. I'm also going to show you how to modify this for all skill levels. I've got you. So I will walk you through all of the exercises very quickly. Then I'm going to take you through a quick warm up. Then we're going to go do the workout together. And then I will give you a quick cool down, send you on your way. So here are the 4 exercises that we are going to do. We're going to start with a body weight or a goblet squat. Goblet squat just means that I'm holding the dumbbell in front of me. You can hold it this way, you can hold it this way, whichever is most comfortable on your hands, feet are shoulder width, and we're just going down into a squat. I will walk you through all of the cues as we go through, so don't worry about that. We are going to superset, I'll explain that in a second, that with a 1-arm row. So you're going to put your hand on something stable, and then you're going to row your arm back. Okay, so we're just doing it there, and then we're going to switch sides, and then we're going to rest for 45 seconds, and then we're going to do that 3 times. Then we're going to move to your second 2 exercises. The first one is what we call a dumbbell RDL or a Romanian deadlift. Knees are soft. We're pushing our hips back behind us and then squeezing the glutes as we come up. Okay, this is called an RDL. I'll walk you through that one. And then we're going to finish off with a shoulder press. You can do this seated or standing. So if your dumbbells are too heavy to press up overhead with 1 in each hand, you can swap it out if you don't have anything lighter and just press overhead this way. So same concept. I'm going to show you as we go through this how to modify it. So we're going to start with a quick warm up and then we're going to get you going. So let me set my timer so that I know we are not going over. There we go. Okay. So we're going to start with our warm up. We're going to just start with some body weight squats. So feet shoulder width are slightly wider, and we're just bending at the knee and opening up the knees. Make sure that the knees are not tracking inward and that your entire foot is flat. Showing you both sides. We're going to do a little bit more of these so you can get used to squatting. Try to make sure that you're not bending over, that you're staying up as much as you can upright, keeping the feet flat. If you've got achy knees, we're just going to 90 degrees here, and that's fine. Okay. All right. So we're going to take it and stretch out our hamstrings. So feet nice and wide. You're going to fold yourself in half, stretch out those hamstrings. I like to shake it back and forth just a little bit. Stretch out that inner thigh. And then we're going to walk out into a plank. You can stay here on your toes, or if you need to, you can drop down on your knees, and we're just going to do some shoulder taps. Warm up those shoulders. Again, toes or knees is fine. Keep that core nice and tight. We're going to do a couple more. Okay, now you're going to take your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. Drop your hips down as far as you can. You're going to take your left elbow, slide it down your shin, and then open up towards the ceiling. You'll notice my back knee is on the floor. So I'm just working this front hip and opening up what we call the thoracic spine, that mid-back. We're going to do a couple more. Good, and then we're going to switch, so other foot. Drop the hips down first. You get a nice stretch there. Take that elbow, slide it down your shin, turn a little bit, and then open it up. Some of you are probably gonna be able to go all the way down. Some of you are gonna be like me with limited range of motion on that one. That's okay. We just want to work on it. Okay. All right, let's go back to your plank and then walk your hands back, roll yourself up. So here's how this is going to work. Grab whatever dumbbell you have. We're going to do 45 seconds of work, okay? We're not speeding through this. We're going at a tempo that we can control. So feet are shoulder width, grab your dumbbell, and then we're going to start to squat. Okay, I've got the timer. Now, if your dumbbell is not heavy enough, slow your tempo down, do a little bounce at the bottom and then come back up. It's called a 1 1/4, right? So this is how I'm making it harder. If that's not you, just do regular goblet squats. Okay? Just make sure you're not racing through this. I want your feet flat, knees pointing out. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna go right into your row. Hand goes supported. Your hand is a hook. You're pulling with your elbow into your back, and your hand should end up in front of your hip. All right, here we go. So we're pulling into that back. We don't want to row up this way. We want the shoulder blade down, elbow pulling back to the wall behind you a little bit, squeezing that shoulder blade. Hang in there. Almost there. Couple more. Good. We're going to switch sides. Okay, so hand is supported. And we're running. So again, remember, your hand is a hook. We don't want this, and we don't want it all right here. We want to pull with the elbow into that back and squeeze. Nice, controlled tempo. Twenty seconds left. Good. Make sure you're not rushing through. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to rest 45 seconds. I know you may feel like you don't need it. This is strength training, not cardio. The goal is not to burn a ton of calories. So I don't want you moving around trying to burn calories. I want you getting used to resting between your sets. Because if you stick with this, you will find that at some point you are lifting heavy enough that you're going to want the rest. That's how you build strength. That's how you build muscle. Not by bebopping around, burning a bunch of calories, okay? So we've got about 10 seconds left. And then we're gonna go back to your goblet squat. Make any adjustments that you need to for your goblet squat. So we've got the weight in front. 5, 4, 3, 2, here we go. Remember, we're going at an even tempo. We're not rushing through. I want you focused on those muscles. Now, again, range of motion. If you can go down further, great. If you've got those achy knees, this is 90 degrees. As long as we're hitting 90, we're doing all right. Control your tempo. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going into your rows. So you can use a bench or a chair, whatever works the easiest. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pull with the elbow into the hip, not the rib cage. Shoulders are square, but not turning. The shoulders stay squared up. Hang tight. Good. And now we're going to switch sides. Okay, here we go. Other side. Pull into that back. Make sure your tempo is steady. Shoulders square. Squeeze that shoulder blade. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 45 seconds. One more round. Okay, so catch your breath. Make adjustments on the weight as you need. We're just going to do one more round, and then we're going to move on to the next 2 exercises, and you're done. So catch your breath. Make adjustments with the weight. We're going to go in 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Remember, if you need to make it harder, the little pulse at the bottom. Just make sure that whatever tempo you're using, it's controlled. And that you're not bending over. Stay as upright as you can. Feet are flat. Knees are tracking out. 15 seconds. Focus on your legs. Also at the top, no punching. We don't punch the hips through. Just stand up straight and squeeze the glutes without tipping forward. Good. All right. We're going to go into your row. So set up your bench or table. We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Pull with the elbow. Wrist is in front of the hip. Squeeze. Shoulders stay square. And you'll notice my back leg, my leg, or that's the same as the arm that's moving, is the leg that goes back, and it just creates room for the dumbbell. That's why we do that. Stay square. 10 seconds. Good. Switch sides. All right, other side. Here we go. Keep that elbow nice and tight. Shoulders square. Pull with the elbow. Remember your tempo. If it's not hard enough, slow that tempo down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to move that out of the way. And we're going to go into your RDLs, your Romanian deadlifts. So if you have never done these before, or you think like deadlifts make my back hurt, I want you to get in front of a wall. You can do it without weight, but you're probably going to want a little bit of weight. Back stays flat. And instead of leaning over, you're going to push your hips towards the wall behind you. So like my butt's touching, and then I'm squeezing. So it teaches your brain to move from the hip, not your upper body. Okay, we're going to start in 10 seconds. So grab whatever weight, and we're going to go at least 3 seconds on the way down. Here we go. Hips go back, squeeze the glutes, come back up. Now, a lot of times people ask me, like, how far do I go down? Or I'll see ladies doing this. That's a reach for the ground. I don't want you reaching for the ground. I want you reaching for the wall behind you with your butt. The second that your hips are no longer moving back, like that's mine, I'm coming back up. Focus on your hips and your glutes. We got 5 seconds. Nice and slow and controlled. Good. All right. I'm going to do the first set of shoulder presses seated. You can do them standing or seated, whichever you want. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. When we go to do this, your arms don't need to be back here. You actually want them slightly in front. It's a much easier angle on your shoulders. Here we go. So lighter dumbbells, you're thinking 5, 8 pounds, maybe 10 if you've been lifting, or 12s, 15s. But if you have not been lifting regularly, 7 to 8s would probably be ideal. And then we're only coming down to where those dumbbells are even with your chin or your cheeks, right? So if you look, I'm just below 90 degrees. And my wrist is stacked over my elbow. Okay, let's finish it out. Slightly in front of you. Core is nice and tight. Pushing overhead. Good. All right. We're going to take 45 seconds and then go back to your RDLs. So if you need to, remember, go to that wall so that you're not bending over with your upper body. You're pushing back with your hips. Your arms just stay straight. If you look like they're super close to my shins, I can't push any further back, so I'm not going to reach. This is what gets you in trouble with the low back. So don't do that. All right, we're going to go in about 10 seconds. Grab your weight. I'll turn sideways so you can see. We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Remember, control, squeeze, stretch the hamstring, squeeze the glutes. So you should feel a stretch in the hamstrings as you go down. Now, as you go down, make sure that you're not bending the knee. So we're here, we're not here. That's a regular deadlift. This one, we want the stretch of the hamstrings. All back side of your leg. Almost there. 10 seconds. Squeeze. Slow it down if it's not hard enough. Good. All right. We're going to your overhead. We're going in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Press overhead. Keep it slightly in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathe out. Breathe in as you bring it down. Blow out as you push up overhead. Try to release the tension from your neck and just focus on your shoulders. 10 seconds. Slow and controlled. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. 1 minute, one more round. Grab water if you need it. So we're going to do one more round of your RDL and then your shoulder press. And then I'm going to walk you through some quick breathing, which slows your heart rate down. And then your heart tells your brain to stop pumping stress hormones. So that's why we do that. All right. RDLs, last 45 seconds. Here we go. Stretch, squeeze. Keep that back super flat. No reaching for the ground. Focus on your hips. Remember, you can always move against that wall if you need to. Touch your butt, and then squeeze and come back up. And it will help train the body on the back. And of course, somebody's out there working on their yard. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's finish with your shoulder presses. Grab your weight. 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Overhead. Remember, we want the dumbbells in front of you just a little bit, so don't pull them back here. Just slightly in front of you. You also can do these standing. You just have to stabilize a little bit more. I also will not fit in this frame if I stand, so. 15 seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay, good job. 20 minutes on the workout. We're going to do some quick breathing. Again, what we don't want is be like, oh, I'm done, and then race out to go do other stuff. Because when you work out, you do produce stress hormones, and we need those stress hormones for workouts. We need them for other things too, but we don't want those stress hormones to stay elevated as we go in through the rest of the day. We want to calm everything down. So you can either do this seated. Most of the ladies in the membership like to lay down. So whichever is most comfortable for you, I'm going to lay down just so you can see. We're going to go all the way down to the ground. You can straighten your legs or you can bend your knees. I like to just bend them and my knees cave in. You're going to put your hands on your belly. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. And I want you to focus on the area right below your belly button. And I want you to breathe all the way down into that area. So as you breathe in, the belly should rise. As you breathe out, the belly should sink. Get it to rise. And then get it to sink. We're going to take a couple of breaths in through the nose And then a long exhale through the mouth, through thinly pursed lips. Long exhale out. And on the next one, I want you to release all the tension from your neck, your chin, your shoulders, your back. Let your arms get heavy and let your entire upper body just melt into the floor below you. Release any tension, just breathe normally. Release any tension from your hips, your thighs, your knees, your shins, your calves. Let your feet get heavy and sink. I want you to take 2 or 3 more breaths in through the nose, long exhale through the mouth. And with every exhale, just allow your body to sink into the floor below you. And when you're ready, you can come on up. So 20 minutes, that's pretty good. So keep in mind, if you slow the tempo down, that is more time under tension, it will make it harder. So you can always adjust with time. You can also do what we call 1 1/4s or 1 1/2s. So like on a shoulder press, it would be press and then bring it down, little pump, bring it up again, because that's time under tension. So those are ways that you can adjust if you don't have a full set of dumbbells. But I do recommend that, listen, like the name of the game is consistency, and you are going to get stronger if you're just starting. So look at different options to where you can get some options with some dumbbells. And it can be separate dumbbells. A lot of my ladies end up getting adjustable dumbbells where they're just like a little pin that you can adjust, or a slider, and it will adjust the dumbbells everywhere from 5 to like 25 pounds with like 2.5 pound increments, which is sometimes helpful for upper body stuff. So something to keep in mind. That's it for today. Have a good one, and then I'll see you soon.